I took my vertical from 24 to 50.5 inches, and in the last few years, I've taken it from 42 to 50.5 inches, which is very difficult to do when you're already at an elite level of jumping, and I'm still making progress even to this day. The reason I'm able to do this is because I understand something called adaptation. The whole point of jump training is to cause adaptations in the body that make you jump higher. But what does the word adaptation even mean? Adaptation is the response of an organism, which in our case, it's you and me, to its environment, which also in our case is the training. Fitness is how well equipped you are to handle your environment. So by training, we're trying to improve our fitness. Your brain doesn't understand the difference between lifting weights, jumping, or trying to fight a tiger. It just knows that it has a really rough environment and it needs to physically make changes in your body so that you can survive that environment. And we're simply just trying to manipulate our environment so that the changes that occur in your body are the ones that make you jump higher. However, as you start jumping higher and higher and getting stronger and stronger, the level of training needed even to just maintain your vertical and your strength increases dramatically. So as you start improving, how can you avoid those plateaus and continue making progress year after year after year? You have to follow the 4 laws of adaptation. The first law is the law of variety. Implementing variety in your training allows you to avoid accommodation. Accommodation is what happens when you subject your body to the same stimulus over and over and over again. Eventually, the response of your body to that stimulus decreases over time. It's why you can't just do the same training split over and over again or jump every single day and make progress over the long run. Yeah, it'll help initially, but you're gonna run into a plateau very quickly and stop jumping higher. It's why 99% of pro dunkers stop making progress after a certain level. They just stop jumping higher. It's because they continue doing the things that first got them jumping higher and they attribute their success to that training, but then they just never improve ever again. Fun fact, aside from when I've been hurt and done rehab, I've never done the same workout twice. And this is a huge reason why I keep making progress. Now, how exactly do we implement variety into your training? The first way is to manipulate volumes and intensities. Think of volume as sets times reps times weight, and then think of intensities as the percentage of your max that you're doing. Generally, over the course of a training year and over the course of a training cycle, you want to go from higher volumes and lower intensities to higher intensities and lower volumes. And typically, we reset that process once a month. The second way to implement variety into your training, when I write a training cycle, I choose about 10 to 15 exercises that I'm going to be doing over a week. And I do those same exercises over the entire month, and then I switch them up the next month. The second training law of adaptation is the law of progressive overload. If you want to keep making progress, you have to subject your body to greater and greater loads over time. A story that I really like to tell to explain this concept is a story of Milo and the bull. Milo was a little boy that got tasked with carrying a calf, which is a baby bull, up and down a mountain every single day. As the days went on, the calf grew bigger and bigger and bigger, and as the calf grew bigger and bigger, Milo got stronger and stronger as he carried it every single day. Eventually, fast forward a few years, and Milo was carrying a grown bull on his back up and down a mountain. This is the perfect story to describe what progressive overload is, right? You start training when you're young, you're not very strong, you don't jump very high, but as you get stronger, you load up the bar with more weight. As you jump higher, the load that your body experiences as you jump becomes greater and greater, and it forces your body to adapt and make changes so that you can handle those greater intensities and volumes. The best way to do this is to test your maxes about once a month. And ideally, if you have good training, you're getting stronger and you're going to be working off of those new maxes in the new training cycles. So you're gonna end up doing more weight as time goes on. The third training law of adaptation is the law of specificity. This literally means that training stimulus produce specific changes in the body. And the more similar an exercise is to the activity that you're trying to improve, the more transfer that exercise is going to have into that activity. So if you want to jump higher, you need to jump. And then as far as what exercises have the most transfer to jumping, you got to look at joint angles, ground contact times, and what muscles are being used in that exercise. For example, on a 2-foot jump, usually people are on the ground for 0.26 to 0.3 seconds. So plyometric exercises that mimic those ground contact times at max intensities are going to transfer more to a 2-foot jump. And same for a 1-foot jump. In a 1-foot jump, the elite speed jumpers in the Olympics are on the ground for about 0.17 to 0.18 seconds. So plyometrics with lower ground contact times are going to transfer more to those jumps. And then same thing with weight training exercises. An exercise that recruits your quads, your glutes, your calves is gonna have a ton of transfer to your jump. For example, in a power clean, right? You go into triple extension, you clean it up, you extend at the ankles, the knees, and the hips. You do that with max intent, and then you catch it in a similar angle that you would see in a 2-foot jump. So it's gonna have massive amounts of transfer over to a 2-foot jump. And then finally, the final law of adaptation is the law of individuality. And this literally just means that everybody is different and they're gonna respond to different stimuli in different ways. If you found this helpful, please like the video. And if you want me to coach you personally to jump higher, I have a couple of guarantees for you. If you have knee pain, I guarantee that we can decrease your knee pain within 1 week, or we'll literally refund you your money back. We're gonna measure your knee pain scores every single morning, and you're gonna have a decrease from day 1 to day 7. And then the second guarantee, if you are healthy and you wanna jump higher, I guarantee we will increase your vertical by at least 3 inches in the next 6 months. And if not, I'll literally coach you for free until you do. So if you wanna take advantage of that, go to THPstrength.com. Use the code THP at checkout for 10% off of your first month. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments below. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.